Greetings, everybody. This is Harvard speaking on my car ride home. Going live didn't work too well. My internet kept cutting out. And, oh shoot, sorry, I forgot my mic. Is it here? Or no? My mic's at home. Oh well. Well, hopefully you can hear me okay. Yeah, I guess this will be the continuation of the audio I made last night, which I haven't posted yet on Patreon. So this will be a Patreon story. As I don't advertise what I'm about to talk to you about to the general public, because it's not something I really want to be involved with, to be transparent. It's not a fun thing to do, to go after the occult, satanic crews, the Aleister Crowley type people, the witches, the warlocks, you know, those folks, because they don't play fair. I'll tell you that much. But, you know, I got an emergency phone call again a couple days ago. I guess maybe 3 or 4 days ago now. But anyway, basically this person called me up. They didn't know what to do. They just said, well, I'll just tell you the story. So I got on the phone and I talked to the girl, and she basically said this guy, she ran to this guy who they know. They brought over this other character, this other guy, and he started, you know, he had a Aleister Crowley tattoo on his wrist, and he introduced himself as Lucifer. Yeah, that's a good intro. Hello, I am Lucifer. Wow. And he started talking about his involvement with this, I don't know, I'll just call it a cult. I don't know what you call these guys. And he talked about how he went on this 3-month hiatus where he wasn't allowed to have any human contact. Now, between you and me, my understanding is the reason they have you, it's kind of like, you know how people go insane in solitary confinement? Yeah, you should try going 3 months without talking to a human being, and you're not doing it in the Buddhist, you know, shaman, whatever, spiritual way. You're doing it to invoke a demon and have a demon. This person on purpose went into solitude for 3 months to be possessed by a demon and to sign contracts and make agreements. And this guy just flat out said that. Okay. He also went on to tell a recruitment story, and this other girl that was there was like, "Don't you feel drawn to him? You know, like, don't you like him? Don't you like his energy?" You know, she's like saying, you know, aren't you picking up on the demon? Don't you love that feeling? Because these people love the feeling that the demons give them. It's pretty creepy. I don't know how anybody can enjoy that energy. It's nasty, you know. And then and she's like, no. And then she's like, well, maybe we need to explain it to you this way. They start explaining to her another recruitment story, and she's like, no, I understand what both of you are saying. I just don't agree with it. And she goes, well, what are you feeling? And she goes, well, I feel like I'm in the middle of a battle in my head and I don't understand what's going on. She goes, oh, like that? And then they kind of stopped the recruiting story. And anyway, this guy ended up going into the kid's bedroom and started kind of like they could barely understand what he was saying. And then he went into a full-blown, you know, satanic language that was not English. Basically, they said his whole demeanor changed. He didn't They didn't think it was a human talking. And so basically the demon was talking and did a curse, a spell in the kid's bedroom because they knew they couldn't recruit the girl. They tried to recruit her, she turned them down. And when you turn these folks down, if you're not careful, then they mark you as food. They do a ritual, they do sigils, they mark the territory and open up a portal and give permission for demons to come in and harass and feed on that person. So then later that night, let's call it the poltergeist activities began. And the sad thing is she has 3 kids, and one of the kids actually saw this dynamic being that it wasn't a reptilian, but I mean kind of like a reptilian, but a monster reptilian with long claws and fanged teeth, and just it was a demon. And the kids saw it, and the girl saw it too. And this thing was just draining their energy and throwing evil thoughts into them. He was like moving stuff in the house, slamming doors, just awful. And so she called up a friend, and he went over there and spent the night. In the middle of the night, he woke up because the thing grabbed him. I mean, the thing grabbed him by the arm and tried to get him out of there. And really creepy, man. So then the guy who got grabbed, I know him. So he called me up and said, hey, we're dealing with something really bad here. What can you do to help? So I called up one of my team members, and we all got on the phone and heard the story, and we both astral projected there. I found a portal, and I'm used to portals. I deal with portals all the time. But there was a portal in the living room, and I was perplexed that I wasn't able to move it or get rid of it. I had to examine it and take a second look, and then I discovered it had anchors, and it had 4 anchors. So then I removed the anchors, and then I was able to push the portal out. And then I went into the bedroom, and I found an anchor in the bedroom where he did his spell casting. Same thing, I couldn't push the portal out, and then I looked for the anchors, got rid of the anchors, and I got rid of that portal. And actually I did that first, and then my teammate got on the call. So then he got on the call, and I don't tell people what I do because I want confirmation. I want to know they can see what I did. He actually cruised around and felt the presence of this dynamic being and started searching it out, and he found it hiding in a closet, curled up, hiding from him, trying to make sure it wouldn't see him because the thing was scared of us. We're spiritual beings connected to God, and he knew we were there to get rid of him, and he was hiding. So he made him leave, and then we did a lot of spiritual work, and throwing good energy in there, and I can throw multi-dimensional or high-dimensional, like a crystal in there to generate, like an energy generator, generate good energy, and I did a quick force field on the outside, and we felt pretty good at that time. And then about 2 hours later, a third team member of mine became available, and she asked to project it there. She picked up on everything we did to a T. She's really, really good. And she also said, oh, by the way, you forgot the deck of this is actually, I don't want to get too many details. She's like, you forgot the top of the place. And when you set up your force field, you forgot to do a couple things to the force field. So I astral projected back there and found 5 small dynamic beings on the roof, So then I got rid of them, and then I did what my other team member told me to do for the energy grid, the field. So I corrected that, and then she's like, it seems pretty good. The thing is that all 3 of us got a really strong sense that the thing was going to come back. But we didn't want to feed into it. We don't want to give it that energy. But, amongst ourselves, we talked about it. We're like, this thing's going to come back. And it did. But the good news is, she immediately and my friend was there. They both immediately had total peace and felt calm, and they didn't feel their energy being drained, and they were very appreciative and just had this huge like weight lifted off their shoulders. And she got a wonderful night's sleep, and the kids had a great night's sleep. The kids been asking to go to the grandparents' house because it was scared. I mean, the kid was scared. He saw the demon. He knew what was going on. So yeah, everybody had a good night's rest, and then the thing came back the next night. So I got another phone call. This time I called up a Reiki, two other people I know, a Reiki master and a real Blackfoot shaman, how do you say that word? And I let them go to work basically, and he taught her how to do this ritual where you take salt and you say this chant like the I am, and then from there you say your own words, casting the thing out, and not taking away the permission for it to be there, letting it know it does not have permission to be there. And then after that, and then all of us were also astral projecting there at the same time. So we were behind her, protecting her, throwing energy around her, emphasizing the words that she was speaking in the universe to make them more powerful. And then after that, we had her. Luckily she had an incense. White sage would have been better, but she had an incense, so she burned an incense. Same type of thing, went around the house and inside the house, and again, we were following her in the astral projection realm, and completely cleansing the place. And this time, because not only did we have more people, team members working with different skill sets, because what I do is different than my other team member does and another team member does. We all have different modalities and skills and gifts and talents. So the combination of more people being there, plus the most important thing is we had her doing it this time, got her involved, and had her doing the affirmations, which made it even more powerful. So then the thing left, and it's been gone now. It hasn't returned, and I don't think it's going to return. I think she's in the clear now. Everything seems really, really good. And I don't advertise this kind of stuff because it's not something I really want to deal with. There's always a possibility that I could tap into something really wicked and it could come back and try to bother me, and I don't want that happening. And none of us charge for this service. We're just doing it out of free love, to help a person in need. And it does feel good to help people. But I'm not an expert in that realm. I'm not. I deal with the energy of the universe and the solar system and the planets and Gaia, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to pull in pure true source God for energy and spread His love and harmony everywhere. That's my focus, and that's what my team is focused. That's what their focus is. That's what we do. But we do have the ability to deal with demonic possessions. It's only the second time in 4 months that I've been called into action to do this. I've been called for other emergencies, but it wasn't didn't appear to be a demonic possession type of thing, and that's easier to deal with. But yeah. So there's the story, and there could be some more coming up, because apparently this guy who's doing the spell casting, he's new, and he has to recruit people for his demon to make his demon happy. And if he doesn't recruit people, his demon is not going to be happy. And if the people he doesn't recruit, then he has to turn them into food. He has to do his spell casting and his sigils and, all that mumbo jumbo satanic crap. And apparently this guy has targeted this group of friends, and it looks like he's targeted a couple others. I haven't been called to look into that situation yet. He's going to look into it and, see if the same thing's going on with his other friends. But it just seems like this person is going after this group of friends, basically, is what's happening. So I hope that's not true. I hope it's not the case. But if it is, I feel an obligation to help, and my other teammates want to help. It's not fair when someone, I guess you call it innocent, someone who doesn't know anything about the occult or spiritual matters, and they're kind of defenseless. They get blindsided, and it's not fair because they have the upper hand if you're not aware of what's going on. But when you run into someone like me and my crew, and we go in there, we have the upper hand on the demons, and we take care of the situation and clear the space and get rid of them. So we do have power and authority over demons. We all do. It's just you have to have the belief, a little bit of know-how, and just be willing to step outside the box and do things you wouldn't normally do to handle these situations, because you're not dealing with the physical realm. You're dealing with demonic beings. They're in another dimension than us. They can come into the physical, but in general they hide out in their dimension and they attack us from their dimension. That's what they do, and they target people. People are just totally not expecting it. I mean, who expects somebody to come along and be possessed by a demon and cast a spell on you and throw their demonic crew on you, and all of a sudden you become food for a bunch of demons? People just don't expect that to happen. It's not a normal thing, folks. It's just not something you expect to happen. So it's easy to get blindsided by all this, and all of a sudden you're just going, what the heck is happening? The person before that, I never had the opportunity to pin down what exactly was happening to the person, because I was able to, I hypnotized them and got them connected to their higher self, and by them being connected to their higher self, it totally resolved the issue and solved it. So I never found out if this person was being possessed by demons or whatever. That was just something that was really easy to take care of. So that was a rather simple task. It's easiest for me if someone's having an issue. I can just hypnotize them, get them connected to their higher self, then the higher self deals with it. But that situation was rather unique, and the one I talked about before was rather unique as well. So, all right, I guess that's good for now. Till next time, everybody, God bless, peace, and be well.